Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about Valorant Patch Notes 8.01, which includes some changes to ISO and Skye, crucial quality of life change to Raze, and Breeze A-Hole has finally reopened after basically after the whole map change with Breeze. However, before we get into the patch notes, I just want to just quickly mention I want to give out my thoughts and prayers for a certain player by the name of Sarah Lakia. I'm sorry if I mispronounce obviously her name, but she passed away. I'm pretty sure today. If not, it was yesterday during the afternoon. So I just want to give out my thoughts and prayers out to Sarah. And obviously, mental health is obviously a serious thing, especially when you are competing in esports. So if you are suffering with mental illness, please go out and get some help. Help is already there and needed. Basically, everyone is there to help you, including your friends, families, and obviously helplines as well. So please, for the love of God, if you are suffering from mental health, just talk to someone because you would definitely feel a lot more better for it. But my thoughts and prayers does go out to her and her families. But obviously, it is obviously a very sad, obviously a very sad thing to happen. So let's now go over now with the patch notes of 8.01, and obviously the big one as well is the breeze change. So basically, after some feedback, so they have reopened a main. Thank God for that, or I should say a-holes. This is what previously looked like with the little gate shit, and this is what it looks like now. Much better. I don't know why this was a thing beforehand. I think I was kind of losing it, I'll be honest, when I first saw this. I can't really remember though, but I'm glad that this is a thing now. At least there'll be more different changes and a lot more strats that people, I should say teams can use now to basically utilize this area. So at least that is a good sign there. So I'm glad they made some changes there. Agent updates now. Skye has gotten changed from her flash, basically her guiding light. No longer regenerates charge during a round, so it's just going to be permanently gone. And the guiding light now automatically activates the flash at the end of its lifetime. So that's a pretty decent change. The activate flash at the end of its lifetime is pretty good, but I mean they're no longer regenerates charge is pretty interesting. It kind of just forces Skye players to be a lot more conservative of how they use their flash. They can't just use it just whenever. They have to at least be more thoughtful of how they use the flash. I mean, the activate the flash at the end of its lifetime is a pretty decent change. But the regenerated one, it would definitely give Skye players a lot more just basically to be more careful of how they use it, considering that I mean, depends on how many flashes you get. Either if it's one or two, you're gonna have basically one chance to use that flash and never again. So that's something to talk about. And then finally, as well, her seekers. When a seeker gets close to its target, the target player will get a yellow directional warning indicator. So I guess it's kind of like a brimstone alt kind of thing, I guess, when it's like close to you, maybe. I can't remember if there's any other abilities that actually has that little that thing. I think maybe alarm bots might actually have that. I'm pretty sure. When you walk over an alarm bot for KJ, but I mean, this is kind of good change. I like this change. This is good. At least you actually know if the seeker's actually coming right towards you if you can't hear it for some reason. But either way, a pretty good change there. Moving over now to ISO. And we'll first start off with a double tap. I just want to firstly say this. I think I've only played like 3 games of ISO, so I have no idea how good these changes are. The shootable orb duration has increased from 2 to 3 seconds. The initial buff and shield duration has also increased from 15 to 20, while the shield width reduced from 120 to 100. So it's going to be harder, I guess, just to shoot, or I should say destroy the shield. And it will also go for a little bit longer as well. So if no one shoots it, it's going to be a little bit longer, which is pretty interesting. And the orb, I mean, the orb duration has increased. Okay, I mean, makes sense. I mean, obviously, not a lot of people have that fast reaction time to actually get the orb, so I can understand it. But at the same time, I mean, just get better reaction time or something. I'm not really too sure. They've also reduced the cost of the contingency to better reflect the value. So it's now basically 50. So it's now 50 credits cheaper. So it used to be 250. Now it is 200. The Raze, so the audio for Raze traveling through the air with Blast Pack is now louder when she is traveling towards you. I don't know why this wasn't a thing, I'll be honest, like, obviously, in like, previous patches, but it is now, so it's just a quality of life change, basically. But I guess it can also be seen as a nerf. Now, we do have a new gameplay system update, that being the projectile jump throw normalization. So basically, they have basically made it more consistent. So if you press the throw projectile input within 100 megaseconds, I think of this, I'm pretty sure it is, of jump start, the projectile will consistently have the same amount of velocity imparted from the thrower. As a result, land consistently in the same location. Most existing jump throw lineups should still have should still be what they have in the past, be more consistent in output. In some cases, some minor adjustments may need to be made. While also for the HRTF, I'm pretty sure this is also under maybe the projectile jump throw normalization, but I might be wrong. Will be enabled if ticked and using stereo speaker configuration. So at least I think that was always the thing. I think it's just for maybe the jump throw, but I have no idea. Performance updates as well. Improve the boot and match load times by optimizing file I/O performance. I don't know what that means. Play behavior as well. Added some additional details to the behavioral messaging system in order to improve clarity and visibility to the TOS and the penalties and bans FAQ. The bug fixes, now there's quite a few of them, so I'll just quickly go through that. Agents first, we'll first start off with Gecko. Fix a bug where occasionally Thrash's explosion was blocked from affecting enemies due to corners of geometry. ISO, after eliminating practice spots in the range, ISO NGOs will now spawn. They will still not not spawn in shooting tests, so that at least has a good sign. Reyna, after eliminating practice spots in the range, Reyna solo orbs will now spawn. They will still not spawn in shooting tests. So I quite like these tests. I don't know why these two was not a thing. I mean, maybe I understand ISO because ISO was like the most recent one to be released, but the Reyna one should have been a thing as soon as Reyna was released. Even though Reyna was like the first, I don't know, I guess like the first quote unquote add-on agent, I still think Reyna's like change here should have been added for but whatever. Gameplay systems. Fix an issue where when transitioning from inspect to scope using the outlaw. Fix bullet traces from chambers toward the force and the operator when penetrating through corners. Fix a mini-map visual where when you first load into a match, it shows a similar visual effect to omens from the shadows. Fix an issue where the Spike's white circle indicator on the minimap did not appear when Spike was dropped on the edge of someone's minimap. And now we have a few map fixes now as well. Breeze, fix a bug where the A-hole door was starting in the open position. Lotus, fix a bug where you could stand on top of the crumbled pillar on Seaside. Icebox, fix a bug where you could stand on the container in B green. Split, fix a bug where you could stand on the vent in B garage. Alright, so I'm guessing Riot is not allowing us to stand on some objects. Mode, Team Deathmatch, fix a bug where if the outlaw was picked up from a weapon spawner, it had no reserve ammunition. So I'm pretty sure that was a bug that they knew about it in patch 8.0, but it has not been fixed now. And Premier, fix a bug that was causing Premier settings to not load your zone/division the first time you click click into it, and fix a bug that was causing teams to not appear on the standing tab right after the season match. So that is really about it for the patch notes for 8.01. Now I'd like you now guys to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me. And once again as well, I want to give out as well once again my thoughts and prayers to Sarahlaika as well, a Brazilian player who sadly passed away. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.